Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. This is Tamara of Love My Babies Forever. And today I have 5 amazing Glam Farmhouse DIYs for you, and I hope that you will sit back and enjoy. So let's get crafting. For this first DIY, to try my hand at a dough bowl. And of course, because I'm so special, I decided to make it out of cement. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to pour some oil in this container. It's a container that had some barbecue chicken in it. As I looked at this container, I saw the shape and I thought it was perfect. So what you're going to need for this project, you're going to need some type of container with a shape that you like, some type of mortar, water, some type of oil, something to stir your product in, also something to stir it with. So I'm going to be using a really tall ruler that I have. So the first thing I'm going to do is to pour my thin set mortar mix into the container. And then I'm just going to add some water. So with the water, you want to go very gingerly and add a little bit at a time. And I'm going to mix and mix and mix. Now guys, for this project, if you decide to recreate it, please take your time. You are going to get a workout for your arms like none other, and it's going to burn. So all you're doing is you're mixing and mixing and adding water a little bit at a time. And I'm going to keep doing that until I get to the consistency that I'm looking for. Now, I'm not really sure what that is. I just know it when I see it. I need it to be a little bit between clumpy and some type of smooth and liquidy at the same time. I grease the container, by the way, so that the mortar mix will be easy to take out or remove at the end. So the top that I'm using here, that I'm going to use to make the indentation, is the lid. I'd already used that to make a faux dough bowl with some Dollar Tree spackle. And so that's what you see I'm going to be using here for the middle. So I'm just going to pour in all my mortar, and I'm going to try to shake out the air bubbles. And then I'm going to oil that lid again, so to make sure that I have no difficulty, I'm hoping, to remove. And I guess you can use any oil. Now this is the first time I'm trying this project, so let's see how it's going to turn out, if it's going to be smooth or not when I try to take it out. So I'm just going to press that down. And then the first time I did it, I guess I didn't have enough of the mortar inside, so I wasn't getting it to overflow the way I wanted it to. I just added some more. And then after that, I just placed back the lid and pressed it down as hard as I could, and then just put the thin set back on top of it because it's super duper heavy. And then I'm just going to go around the edges with my ruler and kind of clean it up a little bit just to get the excess off of it. And I'm going to let this dry. Now, unfortunately, outside was rainy, it was wet. So the drying process is going to take longer than it normally would. So let's see how that turns out. I love the grooves. Now you can see it's a little bit oily, and it wasn't that difficult to take out. And this is why I chose this container for the indentations and the pattern in the design. I'm not happy with how the top came out. I worked too hard. I waited too long. I'm gonna have to figure this out because this can't be it. Look how nice my dough bowl is going to be. Look at all the ridges. But it completely fell apart at the corners. It sure did. So now what? Now what do I do? At this point, I think it's not salvageable at all. And then I really just thought about it and I decided, you know what, let me just take off all the edges. And I melted my candle and I poured it in the middle, and that was that. And it's set up really nicely. I absolutely love how it came out. It actually came out pretty decent, I must say. I was worried, I was scared, and I really wanted to leave in the issues so you can see what the problems were. I did have it smoother than that, and I decided to add more wax to it, and so that's how that it's so lumpy on one side. But by the time that starts to melt down, you're not even going to notice that. But I actually really like how it looks. The concrete, the rustic of that looks really nice with the pop of yellow, and I will definitely make this again. Welcome to the Friend Friday Hop that is being hosted by Heidi Sambo. Heidi hosts this collaboration about once every other month or seasonally. So I am so excited to be taking part in this hop. And the way it works is that my video will link to the next person in the hop, and the next person's video will link to the next person in the hop. And so it goes until you've made it all the way around back to my video. So I hope that you guys will continue to watch. The link to Heidi's channel as well as the next person will be in my description box below. So let's jump back in. So for this next DIY, I'm going to be using 2 of these little trays. I believe they come in a set from the Dollar Tree. I'm not even sure what they are. And I'm going to just add some white paint, and I'm going to mix some gold paint in with the white just to kind of give it a little rustic look. Now I'm going to go around the rim and add some of these beautiful Dollar Tree pearly looking stickers. Now, I'm not a full farmhouse gal, right? My furniture is farmhouse, and I love to mix it up with some glam. So I'm like a glam girl. So here, I'm using a mirror that I had gotten from the Salvation Army. I paid like $5 for it. And yes, it's missing some of the stones, but that's okay. So I'm making a 3-tiered tray, and it's going to be very high. So at the bottom, I'm going to be using this glass from the Dollar Tree, and I just added some of these little glass fillers inside of it, just so your eye could have a little bit of contrast or something to look at when you are looking at the tray. Now, because these tins are so thin, I'm going to end up having to add that little piece of wood at the top just to kind of make sure that the layers are sturdy. So I'm just adding some hot glue, and I probably should have added some E6000 glue, but I wasn't thinking. But I'll probably go back and do that, but I handle it very gingerly because I know it's only hot glue. So for this next layer, I added that piece of wood so it could be a little bit sturdy. And then for the top layer, I added another little round thing so that could also be sturdy. So this that you're looking at here is actually the top of an old broom that had broken off, and I've had this for a few years, and I knew it would come in handy. Heidi, thank you so much for allowing me to have this opportunity. I really appreciate you so much, and I hope that you guys are enjoying all these crafts so far. I know it's not your traditional farmhouse, but it's my take on a glam farmhouse. I like to repurpose and reuse items. So doesn't that look cute on there? So this is what it looks like. It was very super simple to make. If you're going to recreate this, you can use anything you want. Super glam / rustic farmhouse. Of course, these trays are very versatile and you can style them any way you want. I could also use this in my beauty room and add some jewelry to it. Now this next DIY is so super simple. Oh my goodness. So this is a shower curtain. I got this from Amazon. And what I'm going to be creating is a piece of art. So I'm going to be creating some wall art. So I'm making this for my dining room, and my decor in my dining room is silver, gold, white, gray, different hues in those families, and of course with a pop of color. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to get the creases out of your cloth as much as you can, whether you're using a tablecloth, a shower curtain, whatever fabric you want. You have to get the creases out by ironing it. Now, normally you would do this with canvas, and I am not using canvas because I don't have any that large. I am going to be simply using some foam that was packaged with the 42-inch TV we had bought for the boys' room. So that is what I'm going to be repurposing. So once I have that down, now the first time I tried this DIY, guys, I tried to use hot glue and completely forgot that it's going to melt the foam. So I learned the hard way. I mean, it ended up coming out nice, but I had to use thumbtacks and that wasn't really secure. So this time around, I decided to recreate this DIY and to use my handy dandy staple gun. So the staples worked pretty decently. I mean, of course, there was some that I had to hammer down a little bit with it, but all in all, it was flat enough. And then I just go around pulling very tight so that there are no gaps or air pockets or bubbles. And at the corners, I'm just gonna do that as if I was wrapping a gift. So that is it, guys. That is it. And you get a high-end look for little and no money. So once I did that, I decided to do 2 smaller canvases, and yeah, I absolutely love how this came out. I'm thinking of doing something else to kind of zhuzh up the pattern a little bit, but for now, I absolutely love how easy it is and how I still get that high-end look for literally, what, $10 for the shower curtain and $0 for the foam? Yeah, so the hubby says it needs a little bit more zhuzhing up, and I might add some type of bling or glitter or something else to it later on. But for now, I think it looks okay. I hope that you will take a minute to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell twice. I have some uploads coming up for some tablescapes and some DIY collaborations, so make sure that you are coming back to my channel and checking them out. Okay guys, so we have made it to the 4th DIY. Now, I used these little houses from the Dollar Tree. I really didn't want to mess with the design that they already had. So I thought to myself, how can I get something that I can use for different seasons that's interchangeable? So I decided just to trace out the shapes on some foam board and cut out. This one was very tricky because I had to be able to fit it inside of this particular unit, and so it was very tedious and trial and error, and it was too much to show. So I eventually, for the sake of time, just showed you how I traced it and cut it. So once I've done that, the next step is to get some pattern paper, and you can use whatever paper you want. You could even use this with fabric, whatever you want. So I again took the form that I traced, and now I'm going to trace it on the paper so I can cut out the paper and glue it down to the foam board. So the first one I'm going to start with is the smaller form. So I'm going to add this actually to the back. So what I did was created a little bow with some of this beautiful Dollar Tree ribbon, and I took back that beautiful pearly sticker and just added a piece to the center. Now, because I want it to be interchangeable, I'm going to take these little Dollar Tree Velcro dots, and I'm just going to use that to stick it onto that particular side so that when I need to stick the other side on the back of that little house, I can take it off. Because I like for things to have dual purposes. I'm the type of person I like for one thing to I get different uses out of one item. So whenever I do DIYs, I try to do that as much as I possibly can. So I got a sticker and a little burlap flower, and I just added it to the center. And that's it for that side, right? So now I have to make the other side so that I can flip it and have something else. So that other beautiful pattern paper, I just added some glue, and then I'm going to take some floral picks from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to glue that down, but instead of gluing it directly to the paper, I glued it to a little piece of wooden, just a little wooden circle that I had lying around, so that I can also use the Velcro dots on that, so I can use that whenever I need to take it off. Now I'm going to move on to the larger Dollar Tree house. So for this one, see that little tag? I pretty much had to take a piece of ribbon and hot glue it to the back so that I can easily pull out that foam piece from the inside, because it's very tricky because it sticks right in there. It's very snug. So here I'm going to take some of those Dollar Tree gold foil stickers, and I absolutely love working with these. I'm just going to write Glam Farmhouse. I cut out the letters that I want, and so now I'm going to be making another one of those ribbons, and I'm just going to be using some Dollar Tree ribbon, and I cut them pretty much the same size, maybe about 4 inches, and then I just tie them together with a little piece of string and ducktail them at the ends, and that's about it. And then I just cut it down to size a little bit more. I'm going to use the same technique of adding Velcro so that I can change it out whenever I want, from front to back. And that's what it looks like. So now I'm going to create the flip side. And for the flip side, I decided to use this old Dollar Tree calendar. And it reads, the Lord is near to those who call upon him. And I absolutely love that. And so I'm going to take some more of these little wooden pieces that I have, and I'm going to write the word Jesus on one, a rectangular piece. I'm going to take 2 small stick looking pieces, and I'm just going to make a little cross and attach that with some hot glue to that little piece that I wrote Jesus on. I'm just going to figure out where I'm going to place it on there and glue that down, and that will be that. Very simple. And it just gives you a different look. So I like to say you have a Jesus party on one side, and then you have a Glam Farmhouse party on the other side. And I just love how they came out. And I just styled them again on my little tray that I made. And I absolutely love how versatile they are. And this one is just stuck to the smaller one is stuck on with Velcro. And this one, it fits snug and it just pulls out with that beautiful ribbon. And I also made those beads really quick just to hang from there. So you see, you can change it out, And that ribbon is also in Velcro, so I can take that off as well, the ribbon at the top that's at the back. Dual sides, dual purpose. Let me know what you think about these projects. So now I'm going to move on to my last project for the day. And this project is also very simple, guys. So with this project, I am going to be revamping this circular piece of metal that I picked up from Michael's a few years ago. And I originally had it on a previous project. I'm going to be taking these birch wood pieces from the Dollar Tree, and they come out usually at summertime. So I'm just trying to find the pieces that are pretty much going up in size, kind of like on a gradient. And I'm just going to attach those probably all around to the halfway point. And I'm using hot glue on the sides and also on the bottom where the birch wood meets the metal. So once I have done that, I'm going to go to the back and hot glue it just to secure it a little bit more. Trying to decide between this mercury glass looking candle holder from the Dollar Tree and this plain white pedestal candle holder. And I decided to go with the Glam one since I'm doing a Glam farmhouse. So I'm just going to add this beautiful peach flower in the center to cover that up and also to add a decor piece. These little picks off of the branches, and I've gotten those from the Dollar Tree as well. And I'm just going to glue those around on the other side of the metal. Then I'm going to go ahead and take that beautiful cream and gold ribbon that I've been using on my previous DIYs from the Dollar Tree, and just make a pretty simple bow. And I'm going to go ahead and add a piece of that pearl sticker again right in the middle and stick that on the side. Then I'm going to go around with this Glam ribbon and just add it in between the birch pieces, and just add a nice large gem in the center of where it kind of cascades and hangs down. And that's it, all done. Isn't it beautiful? Don't forget that at the end of my video, you need to hop on over to another content creator, and that link will be in my description box and will be pinned to my comment section. So I wonder who it will be. Let me know which one of the crafts were your favorite. And of course, don't forget to stop by for more DIYs and home decor. So if this is your first time stopping by my channel, thank you so much and welcome. And I am so honored to be able to be a part of this Friend Friday Hop hosted by Miss Heidi Sambo. And I hope that you guys enjoyed all 5 of my crafts. I hope that you took the time to like and comment and share and subscribe to my channel. Welcome aboard. I have other awesome, amazing DIYs that you can check out my playlist, which I've linked down in the description box. So thank you for hopping by. And now you're gonna hop on over to this next awesome content creator. So if I have influenced you in some way to want to try any of these DIYs, I am so happy and excited that you will. And I know you are going to absolutely love them in your home. So thank you again for watching. I hope that you are safe, happy, healthy, and blessed. This is Tamara saying, be blessed, guys.